Hey there, my name is Alanda, and this is me coming at you talking about what I want to talk about, unscripted, unfiltered, raw. I usually have curlers on, but I actually attempted to do my hair in kind of a, I guess it's a barrel roll or a victory roll over on my primary channel, the Recovering Hunbot. I've been trying to do these, vintage looks, not because I'm great at doing vintage looks. It's more because I haven't had my hair cut since, everything went down and everything shut down. And I don't really want to go to a salon yet because I just don't want to be around people. I just stay within my own little corner and I'm good. I just don't need a lot. I entertain self. Maybe it's because I'm an only child that I entertain self. I don't know. Anyway, I'm babbling, but this has taken me forever today to get Zoom to record, because if you don't know, because I'm not fancy. If you're looking for that fancy person with jump cuts and all that crap, young, long flowing hair and everything is so aesthetically pleasing, you should really probably click off. You probably already have, and that's good. Go find that creator, because I am not that. Anyway, but I'm thinking that I'm going to need to somehow get a fancy camera, because this whole Zoom thing, I use my webcam. And let me tell you this, I am so bloody sick and tired of unsolicited advice of what to do, when you're making a YouTube video from all these people that don't have a single fucking video up, but will tell creators what to do and how to do it when you don't even know what their budget is, what kind of space they have, or anything, but just please just, put a sock in it. Leave it alone. Let the creator figure it out over time, because nobody starts with all the stuff. That's just how it is. Okay, so today, in addition to me bitching about that, because I just had to get it off my chest, and Zoom taking forever to function so I could record this and get a video, because I'm sorry I haven't gotten a video out to you earlier this week. But here's what's going on over on my primary channel. Again, I've been doing these reaction videos, which I don't have to do all the research that I normally do, which eases up, me on time. But I'm also doing the editing that I'm doing. And for a particular segment that I'm doing this little montage of who I'm talking about, but I never reveal their name. I don't want to dox people, but these higher tiered Hunbots in MLMs, multi-level marketing, kind of paint a story by showing, their jank on social media. And so it takes a while, because I have to record all that and everything. Nobody's just handing me anything going, here, do this, react. Nobody does any of that. It's all on me. I have a full-time job. I have a life. I have a husband. I have my 2 dogs, and, got stuff going on. So the plan today was to kind of do sort of a get ready, but it's really going to be a half-ass get ready, because I can't find all the makeup I wanted to talk about. Now, I know a couple of weeks ago I found this stuff and I don't know where I put it. Does that ever happen to you? It's and since we've moved, if you don't know, we've moved. We were forced to move during the pandemic. That's kind of how this channel came about. And then Peter Munn was also an inspiration. He now has 6 channels. How the man does it, I have no clue, but I guess he does YouTube full time. I don't. Most people don't. And that kills me. Oh my God, in the comments where people will tell me to get a job and don't make YouTube my job. I have one. You don't start a YouTube channel, it's like your full-time job. I mean, what the hell is wrong with people? Oh, it's just nuttiness. So I had mentioned, I think, over on that channel about this makeup brand, which is called Mally, M-A-L-L-Y. And somebody thought that I was actually referring to an MLM brand that I was going to review. And nay, 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 nay. And that one is M-A-E-L-L-E, Maylee. And there's, I think I've even mentioned it over there. I don't know. Anyway, so my plan was to talk about this, because one of the things that I noticed, I did do a video about mascara, M-A-S-K-C-A-R-A, which is an MLM brand. It's a makeup. And actually one of my friends, like a real life friend, reached out to me, and she had been a mascara hun. And she's now quit, and she saw my video, and I guess my video was informative, and she let me know someone she knew was having a reaction to the makeup, and she was told by the uplines, oh, just have her use a primer. your skin's reacting and freaking out, and so you just stick on the, what the hell is that? That's just nuts. Anyway, I think there's questionable ingredients. So I started thinking about the makeup I got, which I can't show it. I'm sorry, I can't show it all to you. Okay, here's 3 of the things. I wanted to show you, I've really used a lot of this because this is what happened. I was on Facebook, as sometimes, you know, we are on Facebook, and I kept seeing this ad, and I was seeing these transformations, and this makeup was for, you know, older women. And being one myself, I'm all about ease for the most part. I'm all about like how to make everything easy, because one of the things that I see with all these beauty gurus, because they're usually like really flippin' young and with flawless skin and all of that, and they do all this highfalutin, and it's beautiful makeup looks and everything. It's like, but it's just so not practical. So what I liked about what I saw was that it looked easy and practical. And I'm like, I can get down with easy and practical. Let me try this out. What I didn't like is that as soon as you signed up, now shit was auto shipped to you. And that pissed me off, because literally it was like, I think maybe 3 months later, because they don't do it every month, thank God. And it's like, I got all the exact same products, including an eyeshadow palette. Who in the hell goes through 6 pans of eyeshadow within 3 months? I mean, what are you doing? Eating it? I mean, so that just really made me sour. I'm like, oh no. And I ended up giving all of that, like the seconds of everything, to a friend of mine, because I'm like, what am I going to do with all of this? It's like, you know, no, I'm not going to keep it around. But I wanted to show you that I'd use it. So what I do have is, oh gosh, this is in such bad shape. I don't know if that's showing up too good. The, you know, eyebrow, oh, there, let me hold it up. Eyebrow pencil thing. And I've used a lot of it, because this is, I think, yeah, that's like the last of it. You know, that's it. So I've used a lot of it, and it's not bad. And then I also have, these are like these little cream eyeshadow things. And I'll show you, see, I've used a lot of it. Oh, this one has a decent amount in it, see, but I've used it. You know, I'm sure it was much longer than that. There's that one that I have, and I'll put these on for you guys. I mean, they're nothing all that special. What I liked about it was the sense of ease. That one I've used more of. And okay, and I'm going to be looking at the camera. I don't even know if this is going to come out right. So I'm going to just put this here and here. Oh, and I just broke it off. Like, I give a shit. I just don't care, because I haven't really been using this. I mean, like I said, I like the idea of ease. And when all this makeup is used, it was like, okay, there was a bit of a transformation, but it wasn't all that impressive. But I thought when I looked at the mascara, because the mascara makeup, they do this hack, highlight something and contour. I don't even remember what that stands for. It doesn't even flip it matter, because it's MLM. But it's like this cream stuff, and so you're not putting like a solid foundation on the way that you know normally would or anything, and you're just like dabbing the stuff all over you, and then you're using a brush to blend it in, and it's all cream based. Okay, so now you can see like there's slight color there, and where's that other one I could put it? And I'll use the eyebrow pencil too. You know, why not? Put a little bit up here. I mean, this is absolutely nothing to write home about. But I like the idea of that, because again, you know, something simple, easy, especially if you don't have a lot of time. I like all that. So anywho, the mascara stuff, with it being cream based like this, I'm like, you know, I mean, to me, it just looks so weird on. And I'm like, okay, does the world really need this? No, the world doesn't need any kind of MLM product. Just doesn't, absolutely does not. And so I kind of thought, you know, this Melee, whatever the heck, however you say this, is kind of similar, because you have a contour color that's like in a stick you twist up, and you have a blush, and you have a highlighter. They have one other thing. They have 4 things. And I'm like, so you're not coming up with anything revolutionary, other than it's now in a compact, and you can replace these little things. Big stink, and you put it in an MLM. Big deal. I mean, it's not original. I mean, to me, it's kind of like, oh, there was some video that I saw that Manny MUA did, and it was about the first mousse foundation, first mousse makeup ever. It wasn't. Elizabeth Arden used to have one. I used it. And so I'm like, you know what? You're still wet behind the ears. What can I say? You know, I could be your mama. So I wanted to kind of just, you know, be able to show you what using this kind of makeup is like. And like I said, you know, it's not horrible, but what I don't like about the Mally, whatever the heck, however you say this stuff, is how they stick you on auto ship. So why, oh gosh, I got that all off. You know, see, I'm not looking in an actual mirror. I'm looking, you know, on my laptop. Oh, well, it is what it is. I mean, not like I'm trying to do perfection. I don't really care because it's Saturday and I'm not going to wear any makeup. So anywho, now I forgot what I was going to say. I'll just take a sip of coffee because I'm still trying to get it together. You know, that happens to me all the time. I lose my train of thought. I'll just kind of wander on. But you know, MLM makeup, you don't want that because it is structured and, oh, I got it. Okay, I got my train back. Hey, I got back on track. Okay. All right. So I'm doing this series over on the Recovering Hunbot, my primary channel, and I have access to this training by like the top Hunbots. And so what I do is I kind of look them up and stuff. And, you know, and I like to kind of find out what I can about their backstory, because when you start uncovering it, they all enter with a certain skill set. That skill set may be different, but, you know, they're not your average bear. They want you to think that just anyone can do this. Do me, please. I mean, go peddle that paper on a different street corner because I ain't buying it. You are just so full of it. So anyway, I looked up the CEO, Carl Deichler, again, and I saw another place where he had worked, and I'm like, oh, this seems really familiar. Why does this seem familiar? And it's Guthrie Ranker. I'm not going to say it right. Anyway, so I stuck that name in, and I like looked it up, and holy crap, what did I see? This makeup, which goes on auto ship. What do MLMs do? Auto ship. How did Beachbody start? Infomercials. There was not an MLM. It was just Beachbody. It was all through infomercials, people buying that stuff. The MLM, Team Beachbody, came along later. And it's like, he had worked at Guthrie Ranker. No wonder he started doing all of these infomercials and everything. Makes kind of sense, doesn't it? When you start peeling back that banana. So he did learn some things and about auto ship and all of that. And I did find something. They're not listed in direct. Oh, like Cindy Crawford, her makeup is on there. There's all kinds of things sold by this brand. And it's very close in terms of the slimy feel. I got the same slimy feel as I do with multi-level marketing. I mean, I'll be honest, there was something about it very off-putting, because it was like, oh, we bring the best brands to you. But the whole idea is to like just get people on auto ship and just keep selling them this crap, you know? And that just doesn't sit right with me. I don't know, there's something about it that's dishonest. It's unlike you get like a Bark box or like a Lure box or something, even BoxyCharm, which I do have some things against BoxyCharm now. Maybe that's where I put it, because I'm going to review my BoxyCharm, why I'm not going to ever do BoxyCharm. Maybe I put the makeup in there. Let me pause this and let me see. Oh my God, that's exactly what I did, is I put it all in a BoxyCharm box, you know, buy the other stuff, but I'm going to tell you why I never want to do BoxyCharm again. And this box, there it is. Okay, so we'll go over this stuff, which you get on auto ship. Okay, so here you see, I can tell, you can tell, look, I've really used this stuff. So it's not that I haven't, look, there's hardly any of this left, okay? And it's just kind of like the mascara stuff. So I'm just going to, you're going to see my transformation. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's going to be such an amazing transformation. What I liked about it is that, you know, they're really, you could do this without any tools. And if you're someone where, you know, you don't have a lot of time and you just got to get something done, to me, just being able to do something quick like this sounded like a good idea. Okay, the blush, which my skin, right, as you can probably tell right now, it's like I have a lot of red undertone. I have a very cool undertone, and there's a lot of makeup out there that it's really, if you have a warm undertone. I always talk about the, you know, the dark skin. There's not enough choices for somebody who has a cool undertone when it comes to foundation. So there's just not. Okay, so then Mally has this thing, which I forget the purpose of it. Oh yeah. Okay, so the blush, you can double it as a lipstick, which I like that. Okay, you know, like the whole idea. Okay, see, easy. See what I'm talking about? But then they auto ship you all this crap. I don't like that. You know, especially 3 months later, and I'm going to show you what the palette looked like. It's like, who in the hell is going to use that much eye makeup? So now you have this like little like sponge and tap crap that this is supposed to, you know, it's like, oh, okay, this is going to transform my skin or something. You know, and it's, you know, it's not bad, but again, it's like, you know, there's just other things. You can just go to the drugstore and get some stuff, you know, really, you don't need to do this. But I was sucked in. I was absolutely sucked into it. And so I got it, you know, that's the bottom line. Now I don't have any foundation on. I don't have any concealer or anything like that. I think this did come with a mascara, which has long since been used. Nothing to write home about. I mean, really not. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the foundation. I'm not the foundation. I'm sorry, the eyeshadow palette that I got, because this was extra. That 3 months later, they send me another one. And why in the hell you would do that is just beyond me. I mean, who could use all of this up? Let's see, in 3 months. I don't know if you can see that very well, because it doesn't look like on the screen that it's, you can read it well, but you can see there's, you know, like 6, 7, 8, like there's 8 colors. Yeah, I can count 6, 7, 8. And I mean, they're also, it's like, they're very ordinary colors, and there's nothing wrong with that, because here's the thing. I saw something over on Beauty Guru Chatter on Reddit or something, where basically it was like, oh, you know, we're tired of neutrals, but you know, all the palettes have gotten like so crazy. It's like we don't even know what we want anymore. And it's true. And it's like, honestly, it's like with all these like a rainbow and unicorn colors, who is going to wear that on the regular? I mean, other than drag queens. And there's nothing wrong with drag queens. I have friends who are drag queens. I think drag queens are great and everything, but just the average person, they're not going to do that. And if a woman is doing, I swear they're doing it just for other women to go, oh, you're so good at makeup. Really, you don't need all of that. There's nothing wrong with just some good standard neutrals. But the world has become so crazy that now every time you fart, there's a new palette. There's somebody else coming out with, you know, a new makeup line. There's so many different brands now. It is just, I mean, oh my gosh, it's head spinning. And there's no, and I can't believe there are, you know, like makeup collectors. It's like, to me, it's like, no, you're a makeup hoarder. I mean, why are you spending all this money on something that you may never use because you just want to have it in your collection? I don't get it. I mean, baseball cards, my husband does that. I get that, you know, kind of goes back to his childhood and stuff, but makeup, I mean, I don't get it. It's like, if I'm going to get makeup, it's like, I need to use it. It's not to be like, isn't it pretty? Oh, this is really going to, you know, increase in value. I don't know, maybe it will, but it just seems weird. I mean, there are makeup museums, but you know, I mean, once you have like one Jeffree Star palette that's blue blood, do you need 20 of them? I mean, I don't know. Anyway, I'm just kind of babbling in any which way. So this brings me to Jeffree Star. You know, I swear the man is just a train wreck. He, you know, he's worth a lot of money. He's built a huge brand, but the dude, I think he's got some issues, and I really wish that he would get those issues resolved. I mean, one of the things I've thought about, because I'm old enough to be his mama, it's like, you know, some of the shenanigans you do would your mom be proud of it? And one of my issues with him is when on camera, he'll be like, go take a hit. Cause you know, he will get stoned off camera and come on camera. And I'm not saying that I'm against people getting stoned. I mean, do what you got to do. But my problem with it is that he has a very young audience. I mean, at least part of them are. And it's like, you have a lot of influence on them. And if some 12, 13, 14-year-old girl is hearing you talk about, you know, all the sex you're having and all the pot you're smoking and stuff, what kind of role model are you? Because, you know, that's what you become. You have a social responsibility, as far as I'm concerned, when you start getting a following, you know, I mean, and you can lead them down a good path or a bad path, because people are going to look up to you. That's just how it is. I mean, and so to me, I find him very irresponsible in so many things. And, you know, constantly not addressing things that are problematic and just deflecting. And I guess as his YouTube mom, I guess I'm just going to deem myself, that is like, I'd want to sit his ass down and be like, you know, we got to talk about this. We got to talk about this behavior. You know, what kind of message are you sending? And is this the message you want to send and be known for? And, you know, there's nothing wrong with being a little bit extra. I get being extra. But can't you be extra with a bit of social responsibility? I mean, I think there can be a balance. I don't think you have to go off, you know, jump off that diving board, you know? You could actually pull yourself back a little bit, especially when you know you have so many people that look up to you. Just my opinion. So anyway, his most recent palette, you know, the whole thing with, you know, a word for or a bunch of people together, you know, doing things. Starts with an O, ends with a Y. Look it up. It's all over YouTube. Anyway, so apparently the mini palette. Now the issue that I had, and I've spoken about this, is that these are two palettes. The Just in That palette, if memory serves, it's $62. No shimmers in that. I find that odd, but you can get shimmers in the mini. Shouldn't they be combined? Well, now you spend another, I want to say it's 28 on the mini. I could be wrong. I don't remember. It's been a minute and I didn't look it up, and I'm not bothering. You can do that. But the point is that, you know, you end up spending, like, if you want everything, you end up spending like $80 on these two palettes. Well, the mini palette, apparently lots of stuff have gone off on Twitter and on Reddit. And, you know, I am not over on Twitter and Reddit all the live long day. I listen to Peter Mon. Sometimes I'll watch Rich Lux, The Viewer's Choice, Dustin Daily, because I know they'll cover some of this stuff. And there's some other ones, but I really like Peter. Peter's my favorite. I love Peter because he's just real, you know? And, you know, he just seems like a real guy. Everybody else, to me, there's something about it that I'm like, could I hang with you? It'd probably be okay. But I think Peter, I could be his good Judy. Yeah, really, I could be his good Judy because he just seems like someone I could just sit down and talk to, you know? The other ones, I don't know about all that. Not there's anything wrong with them. I just don't know. You know, why would they want to sit around and talk with me? I don't know. Anyway, so my thought is, like, you know, because eventually Jeffree did come out on Instagram like 2 weeks after the fact. And there's like some kind of like issue with a batch or some crap. I don't know if I believe that. I mean, do I think there's an issue with a batch? Yes, I do. But what I think is, like, you know what? Okay. If you've never cooked before, and I don't know about modern cookbooks, but I know about, you know, cookbooks that I had, like my mom had. I know about some older cookbooks that I have because I've had the same bloody cookbooks for many years. I keep dragging them around everywhere, and it's not like I refer to them much because I like use stuff off the top of my head. I'm also use some meal boxes and so anyway, but oftentimes you can substitute ingredients. Like if you don't have X, you can use Y in its place. And so I kind of thought, because we had the release of his cremated, and then we had this launch, and I'm like, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. And we also know that things started happening around the world where, you know, you couldn't, things being shipped and going around the world, it became problematic. We don't know where he gets all of his ingredients from. Are you following me? So maybe there was some kind of a test thing in terms of whatever the ingredients are, it was like, well, let's see in this batch, let's do these differently. And maybe they were less quality, or maybe they were some ingredients from China, which you might not ever say. I don't know. I mean, I'm just, talking about things that have been in my mind. And I've been thinking about, like, maybe it was kind of like a test run to see, like, will this pass? Will people accept this? And it ended up backfiring. Or here's another theory. There was someone that worked for Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and there they are, back is against the wall, and they're trying to get this stuff out. And Jeffree's just like, you know what? Make the decision, do what you got to do. We need to do this. I'm doing X, Y, and Z. I'm going with Andre somewhere, whatever. And so somebody else made a decision, and maybe behind closed doors, now that person has, had a come to Jesus talk. Maybe they were even fired. Who knows? But maybe something happened where somebody made a decision to change an ingredient, just like you would in a recipe, with something else. You see, I mean, there could be some things going on. But what Jeffree did not do is like create a YouTube video to come out and really make an apology where everyone can see it, because not everybody is like, glued to your social media on Twitter and your Insta stories and all of that. There's plenty of people not doing all of that. But if you don't put it on YouTube, you can kind of, have that on the down low. You see? All right. So next topic, Patrik Starrr, unrelated to Jeffree Star, which I've never really followed him, but I do know because I've seen the commercials. Good gravy, how I've seen the commercials for One Size. Well, he recently did a review on Selena Gomez's makeup, and I didn't really know about this until Peter mentioned something, but then I went and watched most all, because I didn't finish it, because I just got to a point where I'm like, Patrik, I'm done with you, because now you're irritating me. Because when I would watch the commercials for One Size, I really admired his makeup, and I was like, oh, this looks like really cool. And I like the fact that, he doesn't look like everyone else. Like Jeffree Star is just like, about this big around, Patrik isn't. And it's like, I find him very relatable, because he looks very much like a real person to me when I was just like watching these, little commercials. And so then I watched this video because I'm curious, like, because Peter kind of like made me very curious. And it's like, the dude is he's using a 1-star mirror as he's putting on Selena's makeup. His own brand mirror is up. What is that? If you are doing a review of a makeup brand, why in the hell would you have your own makeup brand up front and center? To me, it's because you're sending a message. Get one brand, one try, one way, 1 star, whatever it is, that his thing. Get this, get this, get this. I mean, you might as well have had like a flashing arrow going, buy me, buy me, buy me. I mean, to me, in my opinion, that's how it came across. In his review, it was okay, but it always seemed to have this undertone of like, to say something about his brand, because he even at one point compared his eyeliner to her eyeliner. Why would you show the two different ones? I don't understand. How are you reviewing a brand, giving an unbiased review, if you keep popping off about your own damn shit? So I found that very off-putting. And there's something about these beauty influencers, in my opinion, they get just too big in their britches, and get all full of self. And somebody's going to come along and going to pop your little balloon. You need to be grateful for what you have, and you need to act socially responsible, in my opinion. Internet mom here, YouTube mom, beauty guru mom, I don't know, MLM mom. Because I mean, I don't think sometimes people really think things through, because they're so in the moment for now. And that's going to carry over to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. I mean, Jeffree Star, his past keeps, you know, it's right behind him. It's always there in the rearview mirror, always, and he can't get away from it. So, Patrick, do you want to be known as someone who's just basically being an asshat as you review somebody else's makeup? I mean, is that really the message you want to send, that, you know what, my stuff is just superior? I'm looking at this and I'm reviewing it, but I'm really doing it to plug my own shit and to tell you subliminally to buy my shit. That's just how it came across to me. So let me know what you think. I know this has been kind of all over the place, but that's just how it goes, you know. Anyway, thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. So, bye.